a seat at the table, but you need to make sure that you actually do have that seat, not just to represent Europe's interests, but also Ukraine's, which are linked to your own security. How can you make sure of this?
As I say, any agreement without us will fail, because you need Europe and Ukraine to also implement the agreement. So without us at the table, you can agree on whatever, but it will just simply fail because of the implementation is not there. Any quick fix is a dirty deal that we have seen before when it comes to Minsk, for example, and it will just simply not work. It will not stop the killing, it will not stop the war, and it will just continue. I think, if we compare this situation, then the parallels we can draw is from 1938. We are in the situation where Czechia has decided to fight back, and the only thing that is expected from us is to support them with weapons, with anything they need, in order for there not to be the Second World War. And right now, we also need to help Ukraine to defend the aggression so that there would be any broader conflict.
But is saying that enough? Is the US listening?
Well, if we think about military aid, I just met today the defense minister of Ukraine. So 55% of the military, they are financing themselves. 25% comes from Europe, 20% comes from US. This is the situation. If Ukraine decides to resist, Europe will back the principles, Europe will back Ukraine. Yes, with 20% less if US decides to withdraw, but still, Ukraine will defend the principles of sovereignty, territorial integrity, and the principles that also Europe stands for, and we are there together.
Can you think of any times in history where a deal making with Russia has worked?
Actually, there is one. Apparently, the deal that Austria made with Russia, because Russia actually withdrew the troops then. This is the only deal that has worked in history that I can think of. All the other deals, Russia just wants the agreements out of us, and they don't care about really fulfilling the agreements. And what I also want to say is that it's not good negotiation tactics if you just give away everything before the negotiations have even started. So that can't just work. Appeasement will always fail.
High Representative, you have said that allies need to do more for Ukraine. America has made clear it's going to do less. What more in concrete terms can Europe do to help Ukraine?
That we need to discuss. It's clear that we have new initiatives also on the table. We see what Ukraine needs, and if you think about European economies, then we are 17 times bigger, I think, together with UK and US than Russia. We are able to do this, and if Ukraine decides to resist, then we are coming up with new initiatives to do that, because the principles that Europe stands for haven't changed, and the principles that Ukraine is fighting for haven't changed either. So this is the situation that we are in.
What is your... I'm going to go with Trump said that the membership for NATO for Ukraine is off the table. He texted this morning and said, well, this is a betrayal. What is it?
Membership in NATO is the strongest security guarantee there is, and actually it's also the cheapest security guarantee there is. If we are saying that it's not going to be NATO membership, but it's going to be some other security guarantees, then the question needs to be answered by everybody. What are these security guarantees really? And being in NATO, where we have these structures, it is actually the best security guarantee. Again, I would say that we shouldn't take anything off the table before the negotiations have even started, because it plays to Russia's court, and it is what they want. Why are we giving them everything that they want even before the negotiations have been started? It's appeasement. It has never worked.
Last question.
How do you put these things back on the table? How does Europe muscle itself back to the table and put these options on the table again? Is that even possible?
No, again, I want to say that, if there is agreement made behind our backs, it will simply not work, because you need, for any kind of deal, any kind of agreement, you need Europeans to implement this deal. You need the Ukrainians to implement this deal. So, I mean, that doesn't also look good if somebody agrees something and, I mean, everybody else says that, okay, fine, you have agreed, but we will not follow this. Ukrainians will resist, and we will support them.
Thank you very
Okay,
much.
thanks.
Thank you.
You okay? Sorry. Struggling I'm not sure what the best idea was.
I know. I mean, we should have had a little. No,
Take
but
a card, and it is that quickly, and then the office, I guess. It's impossible here, and you can deal with the cable being and the things. I work with the office after that. It's not doable. Yeah, but yeah, I mean, it was a mid. I mean,
Just flat out. We don't have the resources. Internet